seismic shift in Washington politics. Former FBI Director James Comey, once a central figure in the storm surrounding the 2016 election investigation, is now facing 2 criminal charges: false statements and obstruction of justice. This development has reignited debates about the boundaries of political accountability, the role of law enforcement, and whether legal tools are being weaponized for partisan gain. But here's where it gets controversial. The timing, the charges, and the people involved all hint at a broader strategy to target critics of former President Donald Trump. Let's unpack what's happening and why it's sparking such heated reactions. Comey's indictment stems from testimony he gave to Congress in September 2020 about the origins of the FBI's Russia probe, known internally as Crossfire Hurricane. At the time, he denied authorizing an FBI official to act as an anonymous source for media reports about the investigation into Trump or Hillary Clinton. Now, prosecutors allege that statement was materially false, fictitious, and fraudulent. Specifically, they claim Comey actually authorized an unnamed individual to serve as a source, though the indictment doesn't specify which leak triggered the charges. The case was rushed through the courts just days before the 5-year statute of limitations expired on September 30th, 2024. This tight timeline raises eyebrows, as does the fact that a grand jury rejected a 3rd charge of lying to Congress. Such rejections are rare, making this an unusual twist in an already contentious narrative. Attorney General Pam Bondi, a staunch Trump ally, called the indictment a reflection of the Justice Department's commitment to hold those who abuse power accountable. But critics argue that the department's priorities seem to align suspiciously with Trump's political vendettas. For Trump, the indictment is a victory. He hailed it on Truth Social, calling Comey one of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed to. The former president has long accused Comey of undermining his presidency, including firing him in 2017 over the Clinton email investigation. Now Trump is framing the charges as proof of a witch hunt and has hinted at targeting others, asking reporters, "Who's next on your list?" His rhetoric has fueled speculation about a pattern of using federal agencies to retaliate against political adversaries. Comey, meanwhile, has denied the charges and vowed to fight them in court. In a video statement, he declared, "There are costs to standing up to Donald Trump," and expressed confidence in the judicial system. His legal team, led by Patrick Fitzgerald, argues the case is a political prosecution and promises to prove his innocence. The trial is set for October 9 in Alexandria, Virginia, presided over by Judge Michael Nachmanoff, a Biden appointee. The charges are tied to a 2016 leak involving Andrew McCabe, Comey's former deputy. McCabe's lawyer claimed he disclosed FBI information to the Wall Street Journal with Comey's knowledge, a claim the Justice Department's internal watchdog investigated in 2018. The report concluded McCabe lacked candor, but found no evidence Comey shared classified information. Yet the indictment doesn't name McCabe or Daniel Richman, the Columbia professor Comey allegedly authorized to share unclassified memos with the New York Times. This omission has left some questioning whether the case is about transparency or retaliation. Adding fuel to the fire, the charges were spearheaded by Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former defense lawyer and now interim U.S. attorney for Virginia. Halligan, who has no prior prosecutorial experience, took over after Trump pressured the resignation of her predecessor, Eric Siebert. Critics argue this signals a troubling politicization of federal law enforcement. Halligan called the case a breach of public trust, but skeptics counter that the Justice Department is being used as a political tool. This isn't the first time Trump has wielded the government against critics. Since his return to the White House, he's revoked security clearances for Biden, Harris, and Clinton, while cutting off Secret Service protection for Biden's family and John Bolton. These moves have drawn accusations of authoritarian overreach, with Comey himself becoming a lightning rod for these tensions. And this is the part most people miss. The Comey case isn't just about one man, it's a microcosm of a larger clash between executive power and institutional integrity. Is the Justice Department serving the rule of law, or is it being manipulated for political ends? As the trial approaches, the world will be watching. What do you think? Is this indictment a legitimate pursuit of justice, or a calculated move to silence dissent? Share your views in the comments below. And if you're curious about the legal precedents or the history of Comey's clashes with Trump, dive deeper into the timeline of their bitter feud.